Good morning, everyone. We have survived the night of ice rain. It's raining right now. The whole truck had like a quarter of an inch of ice on it all over the surface. Well, not the truck itself. The hood and the cab stayed de-iced thanks to our bunk heat and then the idling when we loaded. But the rest of the truck, quarter of an inch ice everywhere. The deck of the trailer, everything had a quarter of an inch of ice on it last night. Icicles hanging off of everything. Rolling those straps. Those straps are 4 times the size of a normal strap, so I might have to pull them out and re-roll them once they've thawed out. But it's plus 3 degrees here. In Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, it was exactly 0. So it's that perfect temperature where the ice was just sticking. But the roads are good. Roads are good, so. Right now we're headed south of Coeur d'Alene on Highway 95. Headed to Princeton, Idaho. Not Princeton, British Columbia, or any other Princeton. Apparently there's lots of Princetons in this world. Princeton, Idaho, we're loading lumber there, going to OK Falls. It's a fully tarp load. My tarps were solid ice too, so that'll be fun. Yippee! Thrilled! I bet you this is going to be a slow down speed limit without really warning me anywhere, right? Okay, there's a 45 sign there. No reduced speed limit signs, nothing, just bam, 45. And I'm sure they don't enforce the speed limit right away after the sign, but Sutco policy. Ooh, he's lost a tire. He's got a tire. Did he take it off himself or did it? Interesting. Must be waiting for a repair truck. Tire truck. 35. Yeah, last night it was ice raining so hard the traffic through Spokane was just crawling. Thank goodness we had those extra 2 hours of drive time, spare drive time, so no big deal getting through. It just took a lot longer than I expected. And then today morning, I woke up at 6:30 and saw, hey, the gate's open where I want to deliver. Pulled in, took my straps off, and this guy came and walked up to me and go, did a forklift tell you to pull in? I'm like, no, the gate's open and there's no sign, so I just pulled in. Well, we don't unload until 8. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll just restrap these and then I'll pull it out of the way and wait till 8. Okay. So I started restrapping, had it almost restrapped. He goes, you know what? I just checked. Guess we've loaded all our trucks in this south yard here, so you can just stay over here, but the forklifts won't come and unload you till 8. I'm like, okay, I'll unstrap it again. Almost unstrapped, the forklift driver comes up and goes, hey, you gotta put the straps back on because you gotta park down there till 8. I'm like, but I just talked to the other guy and he told me I could just stay here. I'd have to wait till 8, but I could just park here. I've unstrapped this thing twice now and restrapped it. It's like, he just goes, I'll go check. I kept unstrapping. I'm like, come on, you guys gotta get on the same page. So I finished unstrapping, jumped in my truck, and the forklift started unloading me. So I got out of there by 6 a.m. 7, yeah. Woke up at 7:30. 7. Got out of there at 7 a.m. Just like, I don't know if you guys woke up on the wrong side of bed, but if you don't want trucks pulling in, you guys should have a big sign that says no unloading it until 8 a.m. or you guys, all the forklifts driving around should stop me before I start unstrapping. I don't know, they seemed a little grumpy people. But I just went with them. It's like, oh, okay, no problem. I'll restrap and pull to the side. I'll wait till 8. No worries. Yeah, as I was pulling the straps off, sheets of ice, all that 1/4 of an inch of ice on top of the lifts. All the lifts of lumber are wrapped, so they're nice and slippery. I had to pull a little bit on the strap and then run out of the way because here come the sheets of ice just rolling off the side of the truck. That was fun. But yeah, they were grumpy, but I say I still got out of there at least probably an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half early. Grumpiness or not, that's worth it. And I asked dispatch yesterday where we were loading today because dispatch doesn't open until 7 a.m. We're in Idaho, so it would be 8 a.m. Idaho time, so I'd have an hour to sit around anyway, but I knew where I was going yesterday already, so we'll head down here to Princeton, see how that is. I looked on Google Maps. I think I know where they want me to stop and check into the office and that stuff. I don't know if I have to do an orientation or not. Depends on the mill. Some places you have to do an orientation. Most of my Canadian ones where I have to do orientations, all my stickers have now expired, so I'm going to have to do orientations again and rewrite the test. It's a safety test to make sure I know their loading rules and I know their emergency procedures and the whistles and bells and stuff that goes off, what to do with what. And there's even been to one place in Canada I had to write a non-disclosure, or I had to sign a non-disclosure statement. Basically, anything I see inside of this building I cannot talk about. It's like, okay, so this is a secret load. I can't talk about this. No videotaping, nothing. I'm like, I'll even take the video camera off the disc or dashboard just in case someone sees it and calls me out on it. They made OSB board. I don't know what's the freaking secret of OSB. I always say OBS because that's a computer program I use. And it's like, yay. That seems secretive, but I'm like, I don't know what to look for to steal your secrets, but I've had to sign a non-disclosure act, so I can't, or statement, so I can't talk about it. If I had seen anything, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I didn't see anything special, but if I had, I couldn't tell anyone about it. That was in Saskatchewan? Yeah, that was in Saskatchewan. Northern Saskatchewan, yeah. Tolko? I think it was Tolko, Northern Saskatchewan, yeah. So they must have some kind of system that gives them a leading edge over the competition that they don't want the competition to know. In some places, Jess has to get out and do the orientation as well. Other places, they just say passengers have to stay inside the truck the whole time. Other places, they say the passenger must be outside of the truck while loading. It's like different rules for different places. Even when you do orientation, you go to so many different places, it's like, okay, what are the rules at this place again? They're so different. It's like, okay, do they want me to strap while they're loading? Or must I stay in the truck? Yeah, that it's true. In Canada, they're so much stricter on safety. In the US, most mills I pull into the US, I could load with no safety vest, no hard hat, no glasses, probably no steel toes too. Load on the opposite side of the forklift. They're not paying attention. No worries. In Canada, a lot stricter. You got to be wearing your safety gear. Most places require safety vest and steel toes. A lot of places require hard hat and safety glasses as well. I just put hard hat on almost every single spot. I just put it on, even if it's not required. Just a habit. But in the US, I see guys loading with no safety gear on at all. Definitely, we have stricter safety regulations for employees. So employees have a lot more rights as far as safety and as far as work hours and pay rate and stuff like that. I think we have a lot more. Employees have a lot more rights in Canada than they do in the US. There is no such thing as forced overtime. Overtime is one of those, can you please stay and work overtime? Please? I'll make it up to you. And of course, overtime is always time and a half. I forget how many hours it's time and a half. After a certain amount of hours, it's double time. So you get paid a lot more. Still a couple loopholes where employees get a short end of the stick, which is like waitresses and pizza delivery places. They still kind of get a short end of the stick there because they're contractors and not employees. Well, pizza delivery guys are contractors, not employees. But Canada's trying to tighten up those loopholes. 65. What's that? Chain up area. This is a steeper hill. It's +4 now, so shouldn't be a problem. Train has quickly changed again. Kind of started from these farmlands and now we're in a forest again. So yeah, it's been fairly smooth, even though the first 15 minutes they were a little grumpy. I think it was in our advantage. We made that a positive. Yeah, I think they just wanted to get us off the yard, and they're like, "Well, we might as well just unload them. There's no truck here to load right now anyway." There was nobody waiting. We were in nobody's way. So yeah, we turned that negative thing into a positive thing, and we're running an hour early because of it. So I'm happy. Even if they weren't, I'm happy. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be back in Canada. I don't know what we'll be doing. We'll be unloading early tomorrow morning if all things go right. And then we'll go from there. See what happens. See what happens. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.